Morning students. Today we are starting chapter number 3 of your book, Pairs of Linear Equations in Two Variables. In class 9, you have studied linear equation in two variables whose general form you have studied is ax plus by plus c equal to 0. In class 9, we have just studied a linear equation in two variables. The general form is this, and here a, b, c are constants. Also, a, b are not equal to 0. X and y are variables. That means their value can change. So, we have studied this linear equation in class 9 and we have found the solution also of this linear equation. Do you remember how we were finding the solution for this linear equation? We were putting the value of x and we were getting the corresponding value of y. Suppose it is 2x plus y equal to 0. So we were just putting any value of 2, like if I put x equal to 1, it would be 2 into 1 plus y equal to 0. 2 plus y equal to 0 and y will be equal to minus 2 because 2 will go there with a negative sign. So x equal to 1, y equal to minus 2. We were saying in class 9 that this is the solution of this equation. Now, what do you mean by solution of this equation? That means if you put these two values in this equation, you will get LHS equal to RHS. So, from the values which you put, if you are getting LHS equal to RHS, those values which you are putting, those are called the solutions of the linear equation. Also, we can have infinite solutions for any one linear equation. This all we have studied in class 9. Now in this class, we will be dealing with two linear equations. Pairs of linear equations we are discussing, pair. So pair of linear equations means two equations will be there. Their general form a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0. a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. So these two equations are there in your class now in class 10. And we will be now finding how to find the values of these two equations of these two x and y variable in this class. There will be different methods algebraically as well as geometrically. Now in the first exercise, we will be dealing with the geometrical solution of this linear equation. Now for any linear equation, you have studied that geometrically, what is the solution? It's always a straight line. We have done this in class 9 also. Whenever you are forming a graph for any linear equation, it was always a straight line. Now there are two equations. Here a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2, they are all constants. a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2. These are all constants and x, y are variable. X and y are variable. And we have to find the values of x and y by any method. First we will be solving geometrical method. Again, there can be many solutions to it, and whatever solution you will get, that solution will be on a point representing the linear equation. Like if your graph is this, whatever solution will be there, that solution will lie on this line. Let's talk about the geometrical solution. Now we know that for any linear equation, the graph is always of a straight line. Now as there are two equations now, pair of linear equations we are talking about, so how can the graph be? Graph will be having two lines. Now how can those two lines be? Those two lines can be either intersecting, they can be like this, they can be parallel, or they can be coincident lines. That means one above the other. Is there any other possibility? Lines can cut each other, lines can be parallel, or both the lines coincide. These are the three options which you can have whenever you are talking about pair of linear equations. So our graph will be either of them. Means either this one, or this one. Out of these three, any one graph can be there. So now we will be discussing few examples, and for that we'll see which type of graph can be made out of it. Now let's have example number 1 of your book. It is example number 1. For that we have to move to the page number, I think it is first part, 3.1. Akhila went to a fair in her village. Listen the question carefully. Everyone is having a book, I know. You can open the book, first page of the chapter, 3.1, introduction. A first paragraph is there, and just start reading that paragraph. First example. Akhila went to a fair in her village. She wanted to enjoy rides on the giant wheel and play hoopla. Hoopla is a game in which you throw a ring on the items kept in a stall. Now everyone must be knowing this game. Whenever you go to some fair, even in our school fete, you must have seen that game, that rings are there, and when you throw a ring on the items, wherever the ring just falls, the item is yours. So that is the game hoopla. And second, what the girl has enjoyed, Akhila, she has enjoyed the ride on the giant wheel. So both the things she has taken, both the rides as well as the game. And the number of times she played hoopla. Now read the question carefully. So let the cost on hoopla, whatever money, not the cost is given, let the game of hoopla, how many times she played, be X. Number of times she played hoopla. She played hoopla, be X. And number of times she took ride on giant wheel, that be X. Sorry, Y. Took ride on giant wheel, that is Y. So only two things she has taken. One, she has taken the ride on a giant wheel. Another, she has played hoopla. Now the number of times she played hoopla, we are taking it as X. And number of times she has taken ride on giant wheel is taken as Y. Now read it. The number of times she played hoopla. Number of times she played hoopla means X. Is in maths is always means equal to. Is half. Half means 1/2. The number of rides she had on the giant wheel. Number of rides she had on the giant wheel are Y. So your first equation becomes X equal to half Y, or you can say X minus half Y equal to 0. So this is your first equation. Now if each ride cost rupees 3 and a game of hoopla cost rupees 4, how would you find out the number of times she had and how many times she played hoopla, provided she spent rupees 20? Now for a ride she is spending rupees 3 on one ride, and for hoopla she is spending rupees 4 on one game, and total money she spent was 20 rupees. The total money she spent, beta, you have to cooperate with me because I am just having a small board at my home. So just note it down, and I have to rub it. So number of times she played hoopla is X, and the cost for one game is rupees 4. So it would be total money spent on hoopla will be 4X. Similarly, number of rides she had on the giant wheel are Y, and for one ride she is spending rupees 3. So total money she spent on giant wheel will be 3Y. And for both the things she has spent in total rupees 20. So this is your second equation. Again I am repeating the question. Akhila is a girl. She went to a fair in her village, and in that fair she has enjoyed one, the giant wheel, rides on the giant wheel, and another she has played hoopla game. Now hoopla game she has not taken just once. Hoopla she has played for number of times. We don't know how many times she has played. Similarly, giant wheel also she has taken the ride. Number of times we don't know that. So first we have taken the game she played hoopla. The number of times she played hoopla we have taken as X. Number of times she took ride on giant wheel we have taken as Y. Now it is given in the question, number of times she played hoopla. So number of times means X. She played hoopla. Is means equal to. Half means 1/2. The number of times she took ride on the giant wheel. So that is Y. So we have framed the equation x equal to half y. We have brought this half y to this side. So x minus half y equal to 0. This is your first equation. Then it is given that the money she spent on Hoopla, it is 4 per game. That means for one game she has to spend rupees 4 for a Hoopla game. Now we don't know how many times she has played. So the total money she spent on Hoopla is 4x. Similarly, money spent on one ride for the giant wheel is rupees 3. And total we don't know. So it is 3y. And we know that in total for both the games she had spent rupees 20. So 4x plus 3y equal to 20. This is your second equation. So we have got both the equations and now we have to draw a graph for it, or we have to find the solution geometrically. Now we have got two equations, x minus half y equal to 0. This is your first, this is second. Now the way we have done in class 9, we were finding solutions. We will be finding solutions for both the equations. So first I am taking the first one, x minus half y is equal to 0. So if I take x as 0, x equal to 0, it would be 0 minus half y equal to 0. Minus half y is equal to 0. So this implies y is equal to 0 into 2, 0. Y is equal to 0. So when x is 0, y is 0. This is my first solution. One more solution we can have. We can take y equal to 2. So if I take y as 2, anything you can take, that is entirely your choice. I am just calculating in my mind whatever will become simple, so that is why I am taking. Otherwise it is entirely your choice, whichever value you want to take. So x minus half into 2 is equal to 0. 2 and 2 cut. So x minus 1 will go there and become 1. So these are my two solutions for equation number 1. If you have noted, I am just rubbing it because I don't have much space with me. So my first solution is, I am making a small box for my first equation. If my x is 0, my y is 0. If my x is 1, my y is 2. So this is for my first equation. Now we will solve for the second equation. Second equation is 4x plus 3y equal to 20. Again I am taking x equal to 0 first. So 4 into 0 plus 3y, it will be in points, is equal to this. Or you can take 2. It would be easy then. 4 2s are 4 2s are 8 plus 3y is equal to 20. 3y is equal to 12 and y is equal to 4. I think it is clear to all. 3 will come down in the denominator and you will divide y equal to 4. So when my x is 2, my y is 4. I am making the second box also. Second box is when my x is 2, y is 4. One more value we have to take. So let's take now x as, you can take 3. Let x be 3. So 4 into 3 plus 3y equal to 20. 12 plus 3y equal to 20. 3y equal to, it is 8. Let it be. Y is equal to 2.6. 8 by 3 is 2.6. You can take some other value also, which will make it simple. So I have just taken it. X is 3 and my y is 2.6. Right? So both the boxes we have made. Values, it's entirely up to you which values you want to take. Now we have to make a graph for it. Now for making a graph, first you will draw y-axis, x-axis, and in between 0. Then all positives on the right side, all negatives on the left side. Then all positives on top and all negatives on bottom. Right? Now you have to plot the values. If my x is 0, y is 0. That means this is my x-axis and this is my y-axis. When you are plotting it, you have to just look for 0 on the x-axis. 0 on x-axis is at this point. And on this point, in the straight line of it, where will you get y0? y0 is again this point only. So I am highlighting this point that this is my first point. Now x is 1 on the x-axis. My x is this one. Sorry, 1 is this. And you have to move in a straight line till 2 on y-axis. So in a straight line of it, when we move to y, it will be this point. So these are my 2 points. You can write here 1, 2, and this is my 0, 0, and draw a straight line for it. So this is my line or a graph or a straight line graph for the first equation. Now move on to the plotting of the points for the second equation. When x is 2, y is 4. X is 2. So on x-axis we have looked for the point 2. In the straight line of it we have to move till 4. So this is my point. Right? The first point is this. This is 2, 4. Now x is 3, y is 2.6. X is 3. In the straight line of it I have to move till 2.6 somewhere here. So it will be somewhere here. That means my 2 points will be drawn like this, and it will be a cross or intersecting lines. So this will be your graph for the question which we have solved just now. And if I have to find what is the solution or what is the answer for both, you have to see both the lines are intersecting at this point. Both the lines are intersecting at this point. So you have to just see from the graph what is this point. This point is x2 and y approximately 4. So this is your, see, I have not used any scale. I am just drawing on the board without any measurement. So according to me, answer should be 2, 4. When you will be drawing on a straight line with the help of scale, your answer will be absolutely correct. It would be approximately 2, 4. That means x2, y4. x2, y4 is your answer. That means number of times she played hoopla is 2 times. Number of times she took a ride on the giant wheel is 4 times. So this is your answer for question number 1. Now let's move on to second example. Second example now of your page number 42 of your book. I'm just rubbing the full board now because space is too short. Romila went to a stationery shop and purchased 2 pencils and 3 erasers. Now Romila has went to a stationery shop and she has purchased 2 pencils and 3 erasers for rupees 9. So let the cost of one pencil be x. Cost of one pencil is equal to x. Cost of one pen, let it be y. So cost of one pencil is x, cost of one pen is y. Now according to question, Romila has bought 2 pencils. That means 2x money she has spent. She has bought 3 erasers. That means 3y money she has spent. And in total she has spent rupees 9. This is for Romila. So this is your first equation. I hope it is clear to all. Now one more girl is there, Sonali, her friend. She saw the new variety of pencils and erasers with Romila and she bought 4 pencils. Now if she is buying 4 pencils, that means she will spend the money 4x. And eraser she has bought 6. So 6y. And total money she spent is 18 rupees. Right? So these are your 2 equations. And now we have to draw a graph for these. So let us take the first now. For first one, if I take x as 0, it would be 2 into 0 plus 3y equal to 9. So 3y is equal to 9, y is equal to 3. Then if I take x as, you can say, we can take 3. If I take as x as 3, so 2 3s are 6 plus 3y is equal to 9. 6 plus 3y is equal to 9. 3y is equal to 9 minus 6. Y is equal to 3 by 3, 1. So these are my 2 solutions for equation number 1. Let us make the box for it. So when I make the box for my first equation, it would be my x is 0, y is 3. My x is 3, y is 1. Is it clear till now? Let me hope that it is clear. Now my second equation was 4x plus 6y equal to 18. Let's find the solution for this also. Again, I take x as 0 first. When x is 0, it is 6y is equal to 18. So 0 plus 6y equal to 18. Y is equal to 18 by 6, which is 3. Next value you can take x equal to 3. Again I am taking. So 4 into 3 plus 6y is equal to 18. 4 3s are 12 plus 6y equal to 18. 6y is equal to, now 12 will go there, 18 minus 12, 6. So y is equal to 1. Let's make second box also. Second box will be, when x is 0, y is 3. When x is 3, y is 1. So this is my solution for my second equation. Now both the boxes we have made, both the solutions we have got for both the equations. Now we have to draw a graph. Now for drawing graph, again y-axis, x-axis. Let us write x and y. In between 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, all positives. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. Negatives, top positive, bottom negative. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and minus 4. Now for plotting x0, that is on x-axis, we will see where 0 is. This is 0. In the straight line of it, you have to move till 3. That means this is my first point. You can write it 0, 3. Then x3, on x-axis you have to look for 3. This is 3. And in the straight line of it, you have to move till 1. So this is my point 3, 1. And we'll draw a line, extended line for it. This is my graph for the first linear equation. Now move on to the next one. 0, 3 again same. So this point is same. 3, 1. So x3 and y1. This is also same. That means solution is that the lines are coinciding. Lines are coinciding. Both the lines coincide each other. So how will you write the solution for this? What is the answer? How many pens and how many, sorry, how many pens and what is the cost of pencil for this question? Answers will be infinite. There can be infinite answers for it. There will be no one solution for it. As the lines are coinciding, so there can be infinite points on this line. Infinite solutions can be there on the line. So answer will be infinite. So this is, whenever your lines coincide, your answer will be infinite. Let's move on to the last example. Example number 3. Now example number 3 is, example number 3 of your book is, two rails are represented by the equations. Rails means trains they are talking about. Two trains are moving. It is x plus 2y minus 4. One train is forming this equation. Another train is forming 2x plus 4y minus 12 equal to 0. Represent the situation geometrically. Now as we are talking about the trains, it's very obvious that your graph will be parallel. But they have told us that you have to represent, so we'll be representing it. Let's take first equation and make the solutions for it. So first is x plus 2y equal to 4. Let x be 0. So find the value of y. 2y equal to 4, y equal to 2. So this is my first solution. For this equation, let x be 2. So 2 plus 2y equal to 4. 2y equal to 4 minus 2. 2y equal to 2. Y is equal to 1. So this is my solution. These are my two solutions for equation number 1. Let's make a box for it. So for making a box, when my x is 0, y is 2. When my x is 2, y is 1. Let's take second equation and this one, 2x plus 4y equal to 12. This is my second equation. Again, I am taking x as 0 first. So 2 into 0 plus 4y equal to 12. 2 zeros are 0. So 4y equal to 12. Y is equal to 3. Second box I am making. When my x is 0, my y is 3. One more value we have to find. Now I am taking as value 6. Let x be 6. Or you can say 3 also. 3 will take because board is small. So we will not take till 6. 2 3s are 6 plus 4y is equal to 12. 6 plus 4y is equal to 12. You can take 2 also, that will be easy. X equal to 2. 2 2s are 4. So 4y equal to 8, y is equal to 2. This is my second. So when x is 2, y is 2. So I have got both the solutions for both the equations, and now we have to draw a graph. So for drawing a graph, again straight line, intersecting line, y, x, 0, all positives on right, all negatives on left, all positives on top, all negatives on bottom, and then plotting. My x is 0, y is 2. X 0, on the straight line of it, move till point 2, 0, comma 2. This is my first point. x2, y1. x2 is this. Straight line of it, you will move till 1, x2, y1. And then join these 2 points with an extended line. Right? This is my first graph of a linear equation. For second equation, it will be 0, comma 3. So 0, straight line of it you will move till 3. So it is 0, comma 3. x2, y2. x2, in the straight line of it you have to move till y2. So 3, comma 2. And then draw a line. It would be somewhat this. So you can see that both the lines are parallel. So in your 3 examples, I have told you that graph of 2 linear equations can be intersecting, parallel or coincident. Whenever your intersecting lines are there and you have to find the solution, wherever the lines intersect, that point is the answer of the question. When your lines coincide, there will be infinite solutions. And for this question, when your lines are parallel, what will be the solution? Lines are parallel means there is no solution for the question. There is no solution. No answer can be there. So answer will be no solution. I hope all the 3 graphs are clear. If any doubt is there, just go through the video carefully. If any doubt is there, you can contact me and you can ask your queries regarding these questions. And just 3 questions are there in your exercise 3.1. If you understand all these 3 examples, do these 3 questions of exercise in your notebook and complete your work. Thank you so much.